Scuffle erupts as internally displaced persons in relief camps take out a mass rally demanding resettlement. Police open fire tear gas cells and mock bombs, injuring at least 10 people. Impact News senior reporter R.C. Manga assaulted by Manipur police while covering news on the rally organized by internally displaced persons in Akampat area. Amju and EGM take out protest rally condemning attack on media. Chief Minister Biren clarifies there has been no reduction in Delhi allowance for internally displaced persons and urged public to ignore false rumors. Calls for unity among legislatures to resolve ongoing crisis. Petroleum dealers in Manipur State protest amid condemning unbearable monetary demands placed on them by certain groups and individuals. Dealers says they won't be able to run petrol pumps if demands continue. Combined security team recovers warlike stores articles in Uyumakhong area under Moirang police station in Vishnupur district. Central Agricultural University Imphal and Vietnam Academy of Agriculture Science Hanoi, Vietnam signed Memorandum of Understanding for cooperation in diverse fields of agriculture and allied sciences. Directorate of Health Services Manipur and State Health Society NHM Manipur kicks off state-level World Breastfeeding Week observance. And Indian shooter S. Kushale bags bronze medal in men's 50-meter rifle, the three-position event on 6th day of Paris Olympics 2024. India's medal tally rises to 3 bronze medals. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Colonel Sambanduram, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Now, the news in details. Internally displaced people, IDPs, of More and Churachandpur, currently residing in relief camps, took out a mass rally today demanding resettlement in their original homes amidst the ongoing Manipur Legislative Assembly session. The protest began this morning from Akampat relief camp in Imphal East district. Tensions escalated when Manipur police personnel opened fire tear gas cells and blank gunshots to prevent the protesters from reaching the assembly premises, injuring at least 10 internally displaced persons who are undergoing treatment at various hospitals. Organized by Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims More, the rally proceeded along Kongba Road towards Singjamai. Police intercepted the rally near Shambanduram Chauba Memorial School, leading to an intense scuffle, but the protesters continue marching. In an attempt to disperse the crowd, police fired tear gas cells and blank shots, which resulted in injuring and panic of protesters and students in the nearby schools. A student of Shambanduram Chauba Memorial School fainted after hearing sounds of gunshot and tear gas shelling. Later, senior Manipur police officers engaged in talks with the protesting internally displaced persons and allowed them to continue the rally peacefully up to Chingamathak area in Imphal West, where the protesters sat down in the middle of the main road and took out protest demonstration.
Assembly da warip amma lobiraga pass to biraga central da thabire harakanda ekhoi isa gi yum da izat leina hanba yanan mugi damakta tawrang tawbiu haidana sarkar gi maikhaida launar mugi damakta ekhoi ngasigi rally asi sinjabani lupa koti chama ga amaga lakh humdra ga manga hariba simbam sina ekhoi makha tana leithana mugi damakta fabricated anoba house am leifam ama sanana ba sarkar na tawrang lise masi tawbigenu hariba simbam ase yam kraba simbam ni simbam sina Manipur police amde commando chenenau singi mapangan kanaba adom da paisa Thadabiri Harga, Akway Ramdam Mure, Amadi Churchanpur Chingba, Tongan Mafumda, Ijat Lena, Handelana Simbi Hibase, Sagaki Puning Chinsinjage.
Displaced individuals from relief camps in Imphal East, Akampat, Wangjing in Thoubal district and Imphal West Mekola also took out a rally at Singjume Chingamakha today, demanding resettlement to their homes. Police intercepted the rally at Singjume traffic point, but the protesters ignored the security personnel and forcibly proceeded towards Singjume Chingamakha area. During the rally, the displaced persons were seen holding plates and bowls while chanting their demands. Thangjom Buddha, one of the displaced victims from More, urged the state legislatures to make firm decisions for the resettlement of internally displaced persons during the ongoing assembly session. He warns that displaced people in relief camps would continue to agitate if the government failed to meet their demands promptly.
Maigay sahi amaga tha mari ahum mari manga phajala pausida akoi lanjena dunu leiba koi mayam se yum da hanbagi warep natraga wahi ama pawba haida bisida mayam koi lanjena mayam na pen dadna hojik sathariba assembly session sida akoi gi yum da hannabagi damak warep amtang lobiyu natra loinana akak nab matam ma bibiyu haidana ngasi gi suma khongjing se sangsin jabani anaba kaya adegi asiba kaya adegi isai sugi laik tambada adegi koi ki laibada thengnai ba awaba mayam se masi gi damakta hojik ki laingak sina khana bina ba haidana koi ngasi khongjang se sangsin jabani.
Impact News senior reporter Mutumd Ramesh Chandra alias RC Mangangcha was assaulted by Manipur police while he was covering news on the rally organized by internally displaced people in Akampat area today. The rally was held by internally displaced people demanding resettlement to their original homes. Despite identifying himself as a journalist, RC Mangangcha was kicked in the chest and his mobile phone was snatched by police personnel. Following the assault, injured RC Mangangcha was rushed to Raj Medicity in Imphal, where he received 4 stitches for a chin injury and underwent a chest X-ray. He was discharged later after receiving necessary treatment. Members of All Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editor Guilds Manipur rushed to the hospital, extending solidarity to the injured journalists. The two media bodies called an emergency meeting and condemned the attack on press freedom.
Adumana kanano karino ai ka chin lok thuga aina ka lok thuk ni na tongka da ke kanoni pawi ni na haiba adu lang de man ko jela kin jela ko adu ga phone ma na lang mai thuai ni je thuai ni adu ai gi kano ju ma na ai gi camera gi kano ju ma na thuai be ba.
Later in the evening, media fraternity under the banner of All Manipur Working Journalists Union, AMJU, and Editor Guilds Manipur EGM took out a protest rally holding various placards and chanting slogans against the attack on Impact News senior reporter Mutum Ramesh Chandra alias RC Mangangcha by Manipur police while covering news on the internally displaced persons rally in Akampat earlier today. Protesting journalists marched stormed Chief Minister's bungalow via Raj Bhavan Road to submit a memorandum. Leaders of All Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editor Guilds Manipur were allowed to enter the Chief Minister bungalow to submit the memorandum to Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren, which stated that the fraternity takes the incident as a threat and an attempt to suppress the freedom of press in a democratic country. Mutum Ramesh Chandra was on duty to cover the rally taken out by the internally displaced persons to address their grievances at Akampat area in Imphal East district, wherein the police officer intentionally assaulted even after showing the identity card of the reporter. The memorandum demands the state government to launch a thorough and impartial investigation into today's attack on media persons, to identify the police officer involved and brought to justice swiftly, to provide protective measures to media persons in the form of strict instructions to the state police while discharging their duty, very particularly dealing with the protesters, and to understand the media persons camped there to cover the happening around so that such unwanted incidents can be reduced and visible prompt action within 48 hours.
appropriate action asi kamai log du no haibada ticket pam di kitang di change adu ticket pajima time frame ma koina piu haibani time frame je hayeng baugi manungda ma kari legi do ma khagalage bai han bada mana condemn tawi ko paumi this vaina kutha basi condemn tawi tharoi da bani hai potum di thabire aduga mana harisi sigi poche ma ticket pam di changi han bada mangon da leiramba mana assembly da leiringai da mapan daki tabak pau leiram baduga akoina video evidence utlaba matungda mana SCD incident thoiba mafam dugadi kenei na haiba potu ma masa establish tawre adama DGP unaraga asengba kaigi lege paudu akoi ma laura kan da heng momon dadi kaigom di khangal lage na haire adu koina adu memorandum da hai potu karba madu peli pende hamduna heng koi amji da amma kan da tinga matoka da khala baki adu magi responsibility ngai dum changi na lai.
Separate press release from All Manipur Local Cable Operators Association Amalkoa, All Manipur Muslim Organization Coordinating Committee, Amukok Kakching District Journalists Association, Old Vishnupur District Working Journalists Union, Chingtam Social Workers Union Bamon Kampu, World Meitei Organization WMO. Communist Party of India CPI also condemned the assault of Impact News reporter RC Mangangcha by police while covering the rally carried out by internally displaced persons staying at a Kampat relief camp. Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims More Vice President Irom Rajendra warns of further agitation if the government fails to decide on the resettlement of internally displaced persons within the 3 days during the ongoing assembly session. Rajendra stated that today's rally was organized not by any external groups or individuals but by the displaced people themselves who genuinely wish to return to their original homes. Speaking to media at Akampat relief camp following the rally from Akampat to Chinamathak, Rajendra expressed disappointment with Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren's statement in the assembly where he suggested that the rally was instigated by those with vested political interests. He stressed that the protest was driven by the legitimate concerns of the displaced individuals and appeals against portraying it negatively. Rajendra also called for actions within 3 days against the police personnel involved in using blank gunfire and tear gas on non-violent protesters, which resulted in injuring to some participants, including a reporter.
Kome bariba committee asi IDP singi damakta thabak chenjabani akoi haubodagi amuhan akhoi lam singdo hanjanna gi damakta mioi sahum samri gi mathakta akhoi sem sajagre akhoi gi kari future da akhoi karam mong da thengnagadage akhoi gi jekna basingbu thengnagadage wafam dugi wakhalon da dum tawdan laksamani aduna maram oiraga mori amadi akhoi na horokpham da hanjan bai akhoi gi amata ngairaba view ni masida kana gumba gi insist oiba leite aso apan nangali basing asidi asi Manipur government gi luje da ba thawong aduni tamda ta hero saba chingdana zero oiba adugumba mawong sing adu ngasi su akhoi da chapchana utpire akhoi na rally gi thawrang tawro matung gate se hek hangdokpada tear gas tara gi mathaktani kapsal aise ai isamangna tear gas ko langthokpada ai hauji bawda lekhom chongdona leiribasini.
Press note from 6 student bodies condemns Manipur police action of firing tear gas cells and mock bombs towards participants of today's rally carried out by internally displaced people staying at a Akampat relief camp, which led to panic among students of a school in the area. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren clarifies that there has been no reduction in the daily allowance for internally displaced persons and urges the public to ignore false rumors. He was responding to opposition MLA O. Surjakumar during the question hour on the second day of the 6th session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly today. MLA Surjakumar raised concern about those who died in relief camps and said they can't be considered victims of the Manipur violence and inquired about government measures for them. In response, Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren stated that while there is no current plan to provide ex gratia payments beyond assisting with their last rites, Discussions are ongoing to develop welfare measures for the affected individuals. He maintained that the violence which erupted on May 3rd last year has resulted in 226 deaths. Nongthomba Biren said government has provided ex gratia payments of 10 lakh rupees each to the families of 146 victims, and a delay in compensation for others is due to the lack of claims from families and controversies surrounding some claims. The Chief Minister stressed that a Cabinet subcommittee has been established to address the welfare of displaced people in relief camps, with the government extending all possible assistance. He also urged MLAs to focus on the welfare of displaced individuals at relief camps in their respective constituency, promising government's support. Chief Minister Nongthomba Biren informed the House of Manipur Legislative Assembly that the ongoing crisis in the state has delayed the recruitment process for various departments. In response to opposition MLA K. Ranjit during the question hour, he assured that recruitment result for positions with completed interviews would be announced soon. The Chief Minister said the state's financial difficulties have prevented the filling of vacant posts across departments. He emphasized the government's effort to fill this position, revealing that the process is underway to fill 2,457 vacancies in the state forces, with physical test results to be released shortly. He added that pending promotions for 3,372 posts are also being addressed. Responding to the opposition MLA's queries on why the 30,204 personnel in the state forces, excluding the Village Defense Force, VDF, and Home Guard personnel, have been unable to contain the violence that erupted on 3rd of May last year, Chief Minister Nongthomba Biren explained that a committee has been formed to investigate the issue. He stated that the finding would identify the shortcoming within the state forces. During the second sitting of the 6th session of Manipur Legislative Assembly, Chief Minister Nongthomba Biren urged state legislatures to control the emotions and work collaboratively towards resolving the prolonged crisis in the state. Responding to opposition MLA T.H. Lokeshwar, K. Meghachandra, Surjakumar Okram, K. Ranjit and MLA Nurul Hassan during the discussion of the budget estimate 2024-25, Chief Minister Nongthomba Biren emphasized the need for suggestions from both leaders and the public to restore peace and normalcy. Chief Minister Nongthomba Biren reiterated that the government is making significant efforts to resolve the issue with support from the centre government. He mentioned ongoing talks to resolve the peace in Jiribamd and expressed confidence that normalcy will return to Manipur. However, he acknowledged that the crisis would not be resolved quickly and would require the implementations of policy programs. The Chief Minister called for an end to blame shifting among House members and assured that the government is doing everything possible to resettle displaced people. He noted that while some have returned to their homes, displaced persons from Churachandpur and More cannot yet return to unstable law and order. He added that measures are being taken to ensure the resettlement of those from More. During the discussion, Chief Minister Nongthomba Biren stated that the 2024-25 state budget is not less than the previous one and that the central government has promised additional funds for those affected by natural calamities and the current unrest. He added that efforts are underway to allocate various works to contractors within the state. The assembly session also saw the passage of discussions and voting on demands for excise grant 2018-19, the vote on Accounts 2024, the Manipur Appropriation Number 3 Bill 2024 and Appropriation Number 4 Bill 2024. Petroleum dealers in Manipur held a protest meet today at the Kaisampat Lemajam Laikai in Imphal, condemning the excessive monetary demands placed on them by certain groups and individuals. The protesters display placard expressing their frustration with such demands. One of the protesting dealers spoke to Impact News, stating that if these excessive monetary demands continue amidst the ongoing unrest in the state, they will no longer be able to operate their petrol pumps. The dealers appealed to state legislatures to take decisive action against these issues during the ongoing assembly session.
Akoida ubathang ngamdaba the party masing yamana maram waraga akoina ngamjaba khara pizage habesu yadaba akoigi manager singsisu pamda phamu yadra kaigina moi laga moi da pressure tawi je hana yolambadagi haujikse 50% handagare aduga akoigi profit sisu 2017 da government apiba profit to haujik phawa khoi adugi rate ta phangi haibe salesman gi paisa pidaba yade adagi loan lauriba singsisu loan khidaba su yade ko bank gi EMI di thidradi moi di block torkani adai thau lauriba su lupa lising ama wana lauge ya poteba moigi kakpagi rate to khoina kakpada paisa kita wat ke ya poteba pura langa heta kaktuine ba khoi ngamna ba aduga lanji loigragadi akhoi normal si da lagadi akhoi thoiba kaino se khara pharakadra aina khalle ko government na akhoi solution je purakna ba wari bam lobidana assembly phamingai sida wari bam lobidana.
Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on recovery of war-like stores from the Uyumakong area on the Morang police station in Vishnupur district today. We'll be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Adom kalengi maisa maragda asumna humai humaga leiba pambibra natraga asumna nungaine AC manungda relax tawraga adongi daily thabak tawba pambibra asumna relax oina thabak tawbininglabadi mezo hapta AC brand makhal suna leizare loan gi khudong chabasu leizagani akupa marol gi damak lengsan biraksi mezo haf kaisampat konjeng hazari lekai opposite Sangai Express.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime, the English Bulletin, and moving on with our bulletin. Combined security team recovered war-like store articles in the Uyumakong and the Moirang police station in Vishnupur district today. Combined teams of 5 Sikh Regiment E08 CRPF, a team of Moirang police station and Vishnupur commando teams under the overall supervision of Vishnupur district SP KSS Ravi Kumar carried out search operation regarding the presence of miscreants hideout in the general area of Uyumakong this morning at around 6:30 a.m. During the search operation, they found 1 plastic bag and 1 blanket. They recovered items include 2 AK-47 rifled, 1 Vietnam Sniper R3 rifled, 1 MK3 rifled, 1 empty magazine of each AK, SLR and INSAS, 1 9mm pistol, 10 live rounds of AK rifle, 9 live rounds of .303 sniper rifle, 5 live rounds of 7.62mm LMG, 5 HD cartridges round, 3 hand grenades with 3 detonators, 3 smoke grenade, 3 anti-riot grenade, 5 tear smoke celled, 1 stun shelled, 1 tear smoke celled, 2 hand grenade tear smoke, 1 empty cards of 51mm mortar bombed, 3 range charge of 51mm mortar bombed, among others. Police report said the items which were suspected to be hidden by miscreants were seized around 7 a.m. in the presence of an executive magistrate. The items have been handed over to Moirang police station for further necessary action. Central Agricultural University CAU in Imphal, represented by Vice Chancellor Dr. Anupam Mishra, and Vietnam Academy of Agricultural Sciences VAAS in Hanoi, represented by Vice President Mr. Dao, signed a memorandum of understanding today for cooperation in agriculture and allied sciences. The signing ceremony took place at Hyderabad House in New Delhi in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Prime Minister of Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Pham Minh Chinh. This MOU established a platform for further collaboration between CAU Imphal and VAAS Hanoi in various fields of agriculture and allied sciences. State-leveled World Breastfeeding Week observance sets off today at the conference hall of Family Welfare Department in Imphal, jointly organized by Directorate of Health Services Manipur and State Health Society NHM Manipur. The event will continue until August 7th. Key officials include Director of Health Services Manipur Dr. O. Sanahanbi, NHM Manipur State Mission Director Dr. M. Dinesh, Director of Family Welfare Services Dr. L. Tomcha Kuman, and Joint Director of Social Welfare Bounty Konthaujam graced the launching event. Attendees highlighted the benefits of breastfeeding for both mother and babies. Health Director Dr. O. Sanahanbi emphasized that colostrum in mother's milk acts as the first natural vaccine and that mother who breastfeed within the first hour will have a smoother breastfeeding experience thereafter.
Not only nutritional status, the socio-economic status, environmental status. Breastfeeding, steam breast support say for example, relief care relief care so many factors are there. Nasals first vaccine is the mother's milk colostrum. Vaccine first nasal vaccine colostrum.
Ketrugao MLA Sheikh Nurul Hassan accused Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution CAF and PD Department of negligence in distributing rice to NAFSA beneficiaries in his constituency. Speaking to media at his Ketrugao Owangleka arrested today, the MLA claimed that the department is trying to cover up its mistake and has no distributed rice from March of last year to March of 2024 as promised. The MLA clarifies that his actions were to ensure the rights of his constituents and denied any wrongdoing in lifting rice from the Sawambung godown. He stated that following the CAF minister's announcement, he collected the rice with rice agent and beneficiaries on March 30. He criticized the filing of a baseless FIR against him by DSO. MLA Sheikh Nurul Hassan refuted claims that rice agent violated distribution norms and noted that the department issues a utilization certificate for fair distribution. He questioned why rice distribution only occurred after public protest and alleges that the department is cutting beneficiaries and providing rice for only 4 months instead of 8. He also criticized the outsourcing of beneficiary card verification and urged the relevant minister to address this issue.
Court Yobakanda Sigisi, Chokado fire now. Madam the saying say, Lausalaga in Aigi, okay, the Haki Vanati saying sing Toraga fair price of agency Kutang the Prazamaki, the Luni and Tokravan, Mars Tagis, Angna call Toraga the media through the open invitation Piraga, Sing Topang and then Lemkis Emilia Lakpiro, Duga Sing Topio, the Singura Matunda, a fire tower, the Isil Lagalaga, Kauraga, a fire pange, Hargalerambagum, to air. Director Luna Luna Minister, Hiris the intervent Toraga, a two matam the resolve Towa, Aduna Quaidagi Hena, Prazagi, Satung. Pitona Nabonavada, Achumba, Kuntang Oigani, Madugi Mohutta, officials in the politicians are politically motivated allegation Kayama, some charge Toraga Leragadi Maduna, Achumba Sakpasuaroi.
A training program in beauty parlor management and piggery sponsored by State Bank of India kicks off at SBI Rural Self-Employment Training Institute RSETI campus in Takil Industrial State, Imphal West District today. Speaking on the occasion, the SBI RSETI Imphal West District Yumkhaibam Deband said they have conducted altogether 15 training, including today's so far. He said training on piggery will be held for 10 days and training on beauty parlor management will be held for 30 days. He said Government of India initiated the programs with an aim to generate jobs for those between the age of 18 to 45. MSRLM State Mission Director Nongmai Them Bandana, SBI Imphal West LD and KSH Rameshwar and SBI Financial Literacy Councillor Chabungbam Lilabanta attended the event among others.
maruina naharon chingbu skill training piraga makoina masam romdom khoi self employment oiraga adagi khara chawkhulaga entrepreneur oirakpa sumai tawduna youth chingbu well creation tawbo ngamnabagi damakta linkhaliba state khudimakta district khudimakta ayamana leiba institution amani training ji free da tawbo training institute ni training loikan sida khoina certificate ama pigani certificate si pairaga financial institution sing haibadi bank sing dagi loan gi khudong chabu phangani entrepreneur oiningba singna thabak si chauna tawbosi mai pak na gi damakta akhoi gi institution asina chu bank na chu angam mateng pangani.
Consultant plastic surgeon, CG Hospital, Dr. Navakishore Haubijam has been approved as new Smile trained partner surgeon. Dr. Navakishore has experience of over 10 years in plastic surgery. He has an extensive background in plastic surgery, contributing significantly to cleft surgery with participation in various Smile train initiatives and cleft courses. CG Hospital management commends Dr. Navakishore for his new role with Smile train. Ireibak Inat Chanura Loinashilold Ichald, President T. Ibemcha has appealed for promotion and preservation of Manipur traditions and culture. Ichald held its 19th Foundation Day celebration today at the hall of Manipur Dramatic Union in Yaskool Police Land, Imphal. Speaking on the occasion, Ibemcha maintained that Ichald has been formed by like-minded women in Manipur with an objective to promote culture and tradition of the state. She expressed concern over changes seen in the age-old culture and tradition. Ibemcha called for collective efforts in preserving our tradition and culture.
Pokpagi thauram amadi ipan tha bana chingba tungan ba aikoigi sibagi thauram sing asida ngasidi aikoigi hanagi leijerimba masak sing asidagi ahungba kaya amakak laktuna migi mitok tamakada ngasidi aikoigi khunai asi mangtharapa yabagi masak amakak hauji oirakli ngasidi aikoi khunai asigi mating thokpa kunai amakak oina amadi iramdam sibu masak thokna leijane digimakta hairiba sing ase aikoi khudimakna thadok mina baba kakchangi amadi thadok mina che.
Cultural and environmental folk lyricist M.M. Indrajit alias Mairaba is conferred with a Babu Jagjeevan Ram National Samand Padak 2024 at an event held at Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Marg, Rose Avenue, New Delhi. Babu Jagjeevan Ram Kala Sanskriti and Sahitya Academy organized the event in connection with 38th National Samarpand Divas 2024. M.M. Indrajit is a resident of Vishnupur district, Ithing Sendra Chingkong. The award has been conferred to him in recognition of his contribution towards the promotion of Manipuri culture. Now, the news from the world of sports. Indian shooter as Kushale bragged a bronze medal in men's 50-meter rifle, the three-positioned event on the 6th day of Paris Olympic 2024 today. Kaushale secured 451.4 points, securing the third position. So far, India has won 3 bronze, all coming from shooting events. Indian shooter as Samra will compete in women's 50-meter rifle three-positioned event, while in the flyweight category boxing event, Wai Wu of China defeated India's and Zareen. In men's pooled B hockey encounter, Belgium defeated India 2-1. Indian duo C. Sethi and S. Rankiredi will take the court against Malaysia duo A. Chia and W.Y. Shaw in the men's doubled badminton quarterfinals. India's Pranoy, H.S. and L. Send will compete in badminton men's single round of 16. India, with 3 bronze medals, is at 41st position of the medal tally. 14th Mr. Kungle Park will be held on October 27th this year. This was informed during a press meet at KBB Gym, the Tera Sapam Lerip today. Manipur Amateur Bodybuilding Association Vice President Dr. R.K. Harshyam, Secretary as Joy Chandra, along with other office bearers of the association were present during the press meet. Speaking to media, Secretary as Joy Chandra said Manipur Amateur Bodybuilders Association will organize the contest, which will be sponsored by Chongtham Ongbi Sanatombi Devi Memorial Trust. He informed that participants will compete in sub-junior, junior and senior group, short, medium, tall and super tall groups in the contest. He also mentioned that the competition will highlight manned physique competition for under 172 centimeter and above, open category for classic physique and master category.
2023 koi pangkok sadre maramdi me ge tang ahum dage kuki yamde maitai ge oiba chawba lanjau sida thona paraba chinelaw singna thawai ge ponta pikhiba amadi mai makai mai thadok biduna relief camp da leiba imaicha singda ikai kun koina 14 Mr. Kangai Park se pangkok chigi pangkok sadre bani adu chali bachahi 2024 da ni October tang 23 Mawana Soy Dana Mr. Kangai Park 14 Mr. Kangai Park pangkok sargani bodybuilding basana u pamjaba chinelaw singna Hariba 14 Mr. Kangai Park ta kune sarup ya biduna hena mapum phaba bodybuilding championship amo NBU loina hariba championship asigi case prize amadi tawgadurim pham do khoi athu matam da khoi lauthok sarga.
Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Scuffle erupts as internally displaced persons in relief camps take out mass rally demanding resettlement. Police open fire tear gas cells and smoke bombs, injuring at least 10 people. Impact News senior reporter R.C. Mangangcha assaulted by Manipur police while covering news on a rally organized by internally displaced persons in Akampat area. Amju and EGM takes out protest rally condemning attack on media. Chief Minister Nongtombam Biren clarifies there has been no reduction in Delhi allowance for internally displaced persons and urged public to ignore false rumors. Calls for unity among legislatures to resolve ongoing crisis. Petroleum dealers in Manipur staged protests made condemning unbearable monetary demand placed on them by certain groups and individuals. Dealer says they won't be able to run petrol pumps if demands continue. Combined security team recovered warlike store articles in Uyumakong area at the Moirang police station in Vishnupur district. Central Agricultural University Imphal and Vietnam Academy of Agriculture Science Hanoi, Vietnam signs Memorandum of Understanding for cooperation in diverse fields of agriculture and allied sciences. Directorate of Health Services Manipur and State Health Society NHM Manipur kicks off state-level World Breastfeeding Week observance. And Indian shooter S. Kushale bags bronze medal in men's 50-meter rifles three-position event of 6th day of Paris Olympic 2024. India's medal tally rises to 3 bronze medals. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, have a great evening and always stay safe.